Hello everyone, how are you? This is Yvonne Roberts from Bonnie's Creative Designs. How are you today? I'm glad you could join me. I thought I would drop by today. I want to work on a special project I have been really anxious to work on. Hold on a minute, let me try to get this straightened out. I want to work on a project that I have been really excited about working on ever since I saw it on YouTube. And I thought it was the most beautiful thing. And I'm really curious about making it. So I'm going to bring you in here and join me in this process. And we're going to make a bit of jewelry today. And we're going to make a bit of jewelry from some epoxy resin. Now, normally, I don't use epoxy resin. But I like the results that this other particular lady on YouTube, I like the results that she got from working with her epoxy resin. Now, have I worked with epoxy resin before? Yes, I have. So I know how to use it. But what I have not worked with is these fluorescent cellophane sheets. I have not worked with these. And the results that she got from these with making jewelry from it is absolutely stunning. I had never seen it before. So today, that's what we're going to be working with. Now, I got these cellophane translucent sheets. It comes in a great big giant roll. And I got this from Amazon. It was $8 something, if I'm not mistaken. It was $8 and something. I got this from Amazon, as I said. And it's, as you can see here, it's quite a bit on there. I got 2 of these. So I cut a couple of sheets off of it, as I've shown you here. So anyway, what we're going to do, everything we need to make this project is going to be your translucent sheets, okay. You're going to need a resin mold. Okay, and you can get these off of Amazon as well. They're not very expensive at all. I think I got this for like $8.99, something like that. Okay, so you're going to need a mold. You're going to need some epoxy resin. So I got this, it's called Let's Resin. As a matter of fact, it's a kit. I got the Let's Resin kit. And it comes in this box, okay? And inside of the box comes, you're gonna get some flowers, you're gonna get some flowers. I think I put the rest of the stuff up. But anyway, you're gonna get some flowers in here, you're gonna get some resin, which I just showed you. You're gonna get A and B. Okay, one is a hardener, one is an activator. And you're going to put equal parts, and I'm going to show you how to do all of that. Okay. It also comes with a container. It's your measuring container. Okay. And it also comes with these little cups. You get 4 of these little cups. Okay, that comes with it. You're going to get some sticks with it. Okay. You're also going to get with it some gloves. Your gloves are going to come with it. Your hold on, you get some little measuring tubes here. I'll show you how that goes as well. And then inside, you're also going to get some flakes, some what do you call it, Lord have mercy, what do you call it? Jesus, I can't remember what you call it. They're kind of like fluorescent flakes. Inside that, and some glitter that comes with it as well. And you're gonna get like some little flowers. Little flowers come with it. Also some dried flowers. That comes with it as well. Okay? And that's what comes inside of your kit. So, today, as I said, I just thought that I would order this kit. And because I really want to do this project. It is a really cool project. So you're going to need your mold. You're going to need your fluorescent sheets. Okay. You're going to need your mold, as I have here. You're also going to need some kind of fire, a flame. So I have my lighter, my flame lighter. Okay, or you can use a regular lighter if you want to. But the flame is better. It helps put out your bubbles. You're going to need your stick. Okay, you're going to need your cup. And you're going to need your smaller measuring cup. Okay. Also with this project, you're going to need your heat gun. So I have my heat gun here we're going to be using. Okay. And you're going to need your scissors so you can cut your sheets. So you're going to need your scissors. All right. And you're going to need something to wipe your hands. And your gloves. I forgot my gloves. Let me look in here. You're going to wear your gloves for this project. Okay, gloves are just safe to wear for your hands. I don't necessarily wear gloves. I've worked with resin before without it, but some people may not like it on their hands. Some people may catch a reaction to it or something. So it's always best to wear your gloves. So we're going to focus our attention over here now. Okay, at our table. Okay, so hope you guys can see me from here. Let me see if I can put this. I'm going to put this stuff down here so you can see me better. Hope all is well with everyone today. Oh, and one more other thing that I forgot to tell you you're going to need. You're going to need some black mica powder. Okay. You're going to need black mica powder because you're going to have to dome the top of your project, especially for this particular project. Now, you don't have to use this. Okay, what you could do is you could just take some regular black nail polish, and once your mold gets cured, you could always just paint the back of your you can just paint the back of your mold with some black nail polish. You could do that as well, but I don't want that. I want to try to do it with the mica powder. I think the results from that is beautiful. So anyway, got my gloves on. So let's go. All right, so you're going to take in your epoxy resin, you're going to have A. Okay, so we're going to take A. Now you have to use the same equal amounts. You're going to have to use the same equal amounts in each. So from each. So the same equal amount of A, same equal amount of B. So what we're going to do here now is I'm going to use this particular part, the oval part of my mold. So we're going to be using that today. Okay, but whatever you do, you have to use the same equal amounts of resin in each one. So it doesn't matter whether you start off with A first or B first. You have to always make sure that you use the same equal amounts. Okay, so I'm going to take my thing here and we're just going to take this off, the top off. Take the top off of that and put that there. Okay, and where's my, and I'm going to show you how this works, so hopefully you guys can see me. I'm just going to put this to the side right now and put this here. Right now we're getting ready to pour. Now, in order for me to fill up this little oval cavity, I don't need that much, so I'm just going to use, where is it? 5 millimeters. So we're just going to use 5 millimeters here. Okay. Make sure that you stick to 5 millimeters. It should not go over 5. Because they both have to be the same. They both have to be the same. Okay. So I have 5 millimeters here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to pour that. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it into here. And you guys watch me and I'm going to show you how to do this. You're going to pour this into here like so. Okay? And you're going to make sure that you get all of that out of there. And try not to stir it up too much, because you don't want a whole lot of bubbles in this stuff. So since we're just going to use, okay, we're just going to try to get as much out of it as you possibly can. Try to get all of your stuff out of there. You do not want to waste any of your resin, because by itself this resin is not really cheap. It's kind of like $15 per set. Depends on where you buy it from. Okay, so we have our equal amount of A. We have our A. Okay, now it's time for us to pour in our B. Okay. We're going to pour our B in. Okay, same equal amount. That is our 5 millimeter. You have to pay close attention to this, because you don't want it under 5. Let me see where it's at. Okay. All right. That's it. So we have our 5mm of the B. Let me close this up. You want to make sure you put your top back on it, close it up really good, and move that out of the way. Now, you're going to pour this into it as well. Like I say, try to pour it in there very easily. Don't stir it up too much. Don't get it all whipped up too much. Just slowly pour it in. Use your stick to help bring it out. You want to try to get all of your resin out of there. Okay? And we're just going to do enough to fill up our oval shape in our mold. Okay? Get off the stick. Like so. And we're going to look inside of our cup and make sure there's not a whole lot. Get whatever you need to get off the sides. You want all of it in there. If you leave too much in the cup, what's going to happen? You're going to come out unequaled. And then when it's unequal, it won't cure. So you don't want any reason for it not to cure. Now, once you get it in there, what you're going to do is my hand is going to be in the way, and I don't want my hand to be in the way because I need you to see this. Slowly, you're going to stir it just like this for 2 minutes. Now, my phone is right here. And I need to stir this for 2 minutes, but you need to stir it at the rate that you see me stir it right now. Okay, you need to stir it just like that. If you stir it really fast, what's going to happen? It's going to build up a whole bunch of bubbles, and you don't want that. Okay? So my 1 minute is just about up. Okay, 1 minute is gone. So we're working on our 2nd minute. Okay, and we're going to continue. Then you're going to turn, stir it back the opposite way. Just like that. And you're going to stir it for the whole 2 minutes. Now I'm looking at the top of my phone for my 2 minutes. Okay. So you're going to go forward for a while, and then you're going to go backwards for a while until you get it all stirred just like that. At this same rate. If you go any faster, you'll get bubbles. You still may get a few, but that's about it. All right, so our 2 minutes is up. So now what we want to do is you want to take this, wipe off your stick, wipe the resin off your stick. Okay. Now, you're going to lay that to a side. Now, you're going to take your... And we're going to put this inside of our cavity here. So I'm just gonna take this and pour this inside of my resin cavity. My mold cavity, sorry. And make sure you can get all of that in there. Okay, we're going to take our stick We're going to go across the bottom of it, our cup. And we're going to get all of our resin out of this cup that we possibly can, because we need it all inside of our cavity here. Okay, and we're just going to let this pour off into there as much as possible. And as you can see here, it's just dripping. I don't know if you can see that or not, but let me bring this up closer to where you can see it. And it's just dripping. Now, let it come off the stick as well into your cavity. And you might be saying, well, that's a bit meticulous, isn't it? Well, yes, actually it is. If you want your project to come out right, it has to be meticulous. Okay? So now what we're going to do, if you have any spills or drips on the side or whatever, you want to wipe that off. You're going to look at it and you're going to see if there's any bubbles. Now, if you see a few bubbles, that's fine. I see a few. Let me see if I can look at this properly. I see a few little bubbles at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my flame here, and we're just going to get that off just like that. Okay, we're going to run that across there. Now, with that being done, what we're going to do now is, here comes the fun part. Now, the part that I'm anxious about doing is we're going to take this and I'm going to move this back a little bit. Just like that. Okay. And what we're going to do now is that we're going to work with our cellophane piece. Now, with our cellophane piece, we're going to need our heat gun. So we're just going to lay our cellophane piece down here. And what you need is, you need to put this on a piece of wood, or you need a heat mat like I have here. I have my heating mat. And I can burn this with my heat gun without it affecting my table or anything like that. So make sure you do this on a surface that will not be destroyed by your heat gun. Now, this is going to shrink up, but if you follow me, as you can see how far away I have my heat gun here. I'm going to bring you in a little more so you can follow and see what's going on. Now, if you follow me here, you'll see this is going to start shrinking up as it heats. As you can follow me here, if you follow me here, you'll see that it's starting to shrink. I'm just going to move it back and forth, just like this. It may take some time before it really gets where it needs to be, but you'll follow me and you'll see what I'm talking about as we go on. Okay? As it starts to heat up, it'll start to shrink. Start to get these crazy little bits of texture on it. It'll start to bubble up, if you will. And that is the process in which it is going to make some beautiful, this is going to make some beautiful jewelry once it starts to bubble up and crinkle the way it should be crinkling. And it's doing really good. The hotter it gets, the more crinkly it will get. And it starts to get these little lines in it. If you can see that, I hope you can see that. It's starting to wrinkle. And it takes time. It takes time to wrinkle where you need it to be. It has to get really hot in order for it to wrinkle the way it needs to wrinkle for this particular project. And it's wrinkling. It's doing fine. It's just not to the degree where I want it yet, but it's getting there. I don't want to put too far away from it because I want you guys to be able to see this. Now, I think there are different kinds of cellophane papers because this one is not shrinking very fast. It's not shrinking very fast at all. Actually, it's a really slow process. But nevertheless, it is shrinking. Not to the degree that I like for it to, but it's it's coming along. And this heat gun is hot. This is a very hot heat gun. The heat is hot. So anyway, I'm going to do this on the ends a little bit more. And I think for the sake of the video, we are going to stop here. Okay? But I have enough shrunk that I can show you the process. So as we see here, we do have some wrinkles here. We do have some wrinkles going on here, which is what I want. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this off. And I'm going to show you what this looks like on the black paper. I have some black paper here that I want to show you what this looks like on the black paper. Is that not gorgeous on this black paper? Now that, with my heat mat is hot, but with this black paper you can see how gorgeous this is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our paper back, and I'm going to turn my light on here so I can see what I'm doing. I only have one plug in over here, so I need to be able to plug up my heat gun and on top of that be able to do this as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a bit of this, okay, and we're going to put that over here, and we're going to take this and put it on top of my resin cavity, like so. Okay. I'm going to put that right on top, just like that. Now, with that being done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie, and I am going to go over the top of my Sharpie over the cavity, so I know where to cut. Because this is going to go inside of the cavity. Can you see that? Oops. Hold on. So, because this is going to go inside of the cavity. Okay, so we're going to cut our little circle here. Let me put the top back on here. All right. We're going to cut that out. And we're going to put this down inside of the cavity, like I said earlier, and try to cut it as close as you possibly can. All right. Now don't throw away your little bits and pieces here now, because you may need that later. Now what we're going to do, if you can see this, hold on. I want to make sure you see this. Now we have our little piece here, and we're going to take our little piece and we're going to put that right down inside of our cavity. Now I have my tweezers here. And we're going to put that there on top just like that. Just like that. Okay. Now, with that being done, all right, so we have our piece on top of our cavity. Can you see that? All right. So with that being done, what we're going to do now is we are going to, now I want to move this stuff out of the way. I want to move everything out of the way. Now what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you guys what we need to do next. Next, what we need to do now is we're going to make up some more resin here. Okay. I gotta make sure that I see the line. I want to make sure I see the line where I need to stop at. Because once it gets wet, it has a tendency to, you may not see it as well. So I need to mark this so I can tell where my line is supposed to be. Okay, got it. Now, we're going to put our A in, and we're going to put some mica powder in there this time. Okay, so we're going to put it on our 5mm line. Okay. We're going to put it on our 5mm line. Okay, we're going to put that in here. That's our A. Make sure we get it all out. Yep, make sure we get all of that out, because we don't want to leave any behind in our cup. It's important that we get as much out of our cup as we possibly can, because we need it all in there. Okay, now we have A done. Now we're going to use our B. Same thing, same equal amount of B in our cup. All right, there you go. Okay, cool. Yep, that's it. All right, so we have our B. All right, so we're going to take B and we're going to add it into our cup. And we're going to stir all of that, and we're going to get all of that out as well. Be very careful to not spill any of this. You have to make sure that you're very careful that you don't spill it. Okay? It is very easy to spill if you don't watch what you're doing. Okay. The thing about spilling resin is if you spill resin on your carpet or something, it's not going to come out very easily because it's a sticky, very sticky substance. More than likely, that part of your carpet is going to be ruined, or if you are able to, you can have it cleaned immediately, but I don't know what that looks like, so be very, very careful when it comes to doing that. Now, so we're done with doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our mica powder now. Like I said, you don't have to use mica powder, but it's for me. I want to use my mica powder. And we're not going to use a whole lot of it. Just, this is, how can I say, this is sufficient. The amount that you see me pour on here right now is sufficient for what I want to do. Just a little tip. So we're going to stir, we're going to mix that in here now. Okay, and we're going to mix that really well. You're going to stir this up really good, people. And you might say, well, do we stir it up the same 2 minutes? Yeah. Start now. If it's not stirred properly, then what's going to happen is it's not going to cure the way it should. So we want this to cure the way it's supposed to. Okay. So hopefully this turns out right. Hopefully. One minute is coming up. Okay, now we're going to start turning the other way. Now you might say, well, this is a long process. If you do the UV resin, if you do it with the UV resin, you could just put it under a lamp and it'll be done. But like I said, I'm doing it this way because I want to use the epoxy because it's been a while since I've used the epoxy, and I love the results that the other two people did using the epoxy. It turned out beautiful, so hopefully I will be able to get the same result. All right, so our 2 minutes is up. All right, so what we're going to do now is I am going to put that there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our mica powder and we're going to pour our epoxy in on top of our project. We're slowly going to pour that in because this is what we're going to call, this is what you call doming your project. And we are done. We are done. And as you can see here, we have our black top. Okay. Hopefully it won't go all the way through. Hopefully it won't do that. I'm hoping that it doesn't do that. So what I am going to do is I can leave this, push this back. And I started to pick it up, but I decided against that. I don't think I'm going to pick this up. What I think I'm going to do is instead I am going to take this. Hold on a minute. I see something. I'm gonna go around the edges here. Just in case there were some bubbles, I'm going to take this now. This has to sit for 24 hours. This is just going to sit until in the morning. I'm not going to bother it, not going to touch it or anything. And we're just going to let that be that. Okay, so we are done with that particular project. Now, I think I don't know what that buzzing is, they're humming, but I think I have another project. This is another project I'm going to work on. And where we are going to be using, I have a little more UV resin in my bottle. I think I have enough UV resin in my bottle to where we can do this project. I think I do. Hopefully. If that be the case, we may do this project with the paper I already have, and we can do our project with this as well with the UV resin. We can see how that is going to turn out. We can see. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to make sure that I'm able to put this in my circle here by going around this, cut this out by going around the circle. Okay. Now, just going to cut this out here. I have never done this before, you guys. This is my first time doing this. So I am very anxious to see how this is going to turn out for us. Hopefully this works. All right. Now, I think I forgot to do something on my other one. I think I forgot to do something on it. I'm not exactly sure. So, anyway, what we're going to do here, if I can get enough out of here, I'm not even sure that I can. I don't even know if there's anything left in here or not, guys. To be honest with you, I think she's just about done. I think she's done, to be honest with you. Well, I got a little bit coming out of here. Kill these bubbles in there. And we're just going to sit this down inside of the cavity. Oh my gosh, you know what? Maybe not. Hold on a minute. I think I'm going to... Where's my... I think until I get some more, I think I'm going to do something else here. Now, I have some holographic flakes. That's what I was trying to say earlier. And I couldn't remember what it was. But that's what it is. It's called holographic flakes, these. So what I'm thinking of doing is, since I don't really have a whole bunch of... Why can't I? Okay, so we're just going to lay this out here. I don't know what colors to use. I think I'm just going to use the... how about the pink and white or the blue and white? I think I'm going to use the blue and white. Yeah, because some of that white's got little bits of blue in it, I think. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. So, what did I do with my tweezers? So what I'm going to do is, since we're using the UV, I want to try this experiment right quick. See what else we can get out of here. That might be all I can get out of there, guys. I don't see anything else coming out. Could be. Maybe it's just being held up by this paper. I got a lot of... The top of this could be holding up some more. And I think that's about it. Yeah, I think she's dead. Okay, with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take bits I may have to take my gloves off for this. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we're going to take some of these holographic flakes and we're just going to scatter some of those around. And put some of these in here. Okay. Now, let's put a little bit more. Okay. Now, let's take, this is my first time doing this, guys. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm anxious to find out. And this is with the UV resin, so this white is really pretty. This white is really pretty. These white flakes, holographic flakes, very nice. We'll put some of that there. And it's got little bits of purple in it too. And put a little bit on the other side. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's let that be that. Okay. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this under the lamp now. Once this gets under the lamp, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to see how this gel varnish, some black gel varnish on the back of it. I'm going to see how that works. If that works out okay, then I may be all right. If not, I might be able to mix that with some mica powder with some of this gel varnish. It might work. I'm gonna see. So this whole thing is about experimenting. So I'm gonna experiment and see what kind of results I get from that. Some top coat, actually. It's gel top coat. So I might be able to use some of this gel top coat to put on top of that. That might work as well. So I kind of figure, you know what? We'll see how this works out. We are going to see how this works out, folks. It might work out for me. It may not. But the only way to find out is to try. Hopefully it won't ruin it. Hopefully it won't. There's nothing guaranteed when you're experimenting with stuff. Nothing is guaranteed. Okay? So it was one of the parts that I loved about when I was in school. I loved biology. I loved experimenting with things. Biology was kind of like one of my favorite subjects. It's the only subject I ever got an A in, actually. So we're just going to experiment and see how this works out. Now, this has already cured. So right now we're just going to put the back on here. And we're going to see how this works out, folks. If it works, it works. If it don't, at least I know that I can't use that to dome my backs. But I'm hoping that it will. I'm really hoping that it will, because if it does, this is gonna be all right. Or at least I know what I can use and what I can't use. So here we go. We're going to cure that. We're already in an hour and 8 minutes into this video. It's going to be quite a long video, but it's okay. You can stick with it for as long as you want to stick with it. And if you don't, that's fine too. You can always come back and watch the rest later. But I really want to do this now while I'm in the mood. While I can. I don't know how I'm going to feel later, so y'all know how that goes. You get in where you can fit in. And you do it while you feel like doing it. Because you may not feel like doing it later. It's just the way it is. Depends on how we feel from time to time, right, guys? Some days we're really in it, and the other days it's like, shh, don't even think about it. All right, so I'm going to set this up for another minute or so, see what happens. Hopefully this works. I'm hoping. It looks like, I may have to turn it over to do the other side to get it cured, or I may have to cure it longer. It's curing, it's just taking its time to cure. But anyway, I guess I'm going to come back and show you guys the results of it. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but whatever happens, I'll show you guys tomorrow, after this has been curing, after the first piece has cured. I'll come back tomorrow and show you what the pieces look like. So have a good day, guys. God bless you. Take care. This is Yvonne.